Welcome back to another video. All right, in this video what we're working with is going to be our kicks. All right, so we're going to go pretty much over our kick series. All right, we're going to go on our round kicks and our low kicks. All right, so we're going to be starting off with our low kicks first. All right, and then we're going to work to our round kicks up top. All right, with that being said, think about slowing this technique down. Like I said, always, there's no need to rush anything. Perfect the technique. All right, so keep those knees nice and big. We're going to be in our fight stance. All right, so when I'm throwing this low kick, what I like to think about doing is stepping off, creating an angle, right? So what I'll do here, I'm taking a step here, creating this angle here. So if this is the 12 o'clock, I want to start the step here towards the 11 o'clock here, open up that hip, all right? So it's more like a 10:30 mark, all right? So I start to push my weight here. I'm gonna come up. Imagine that there's a table here, and I'm just gonna come down and chop down. So I'm here, I step, boom, push my weight here, all right? Keeping those knees nice and bent. I'm gonna lift, and then I'm gonna chop here, and then come back to stance, all right? I'm gonna really change my level here. I'm gonna step here, lift, and then I'm gonna chop, and then come back to stance, all right? Still keep my eyes on the target. I'm gonna go here, and then come back to stance, all right? So for demo purposes, I'll be here stepping. This will be here, boom, and then you'll be actually coming back to stance here. But I wanna set my leg here, so I have that range of motion to come back, all right? I'm gonna put some props in front of me so I have a visual, so you also can have a visual. Take your gloves, your shoes, whatever you may have, put something in front of you. Imagine that you have a railroad tracks, line those things up, hit those kicks, and then coming back, all right? So I'm just gonna grab my gloves, all right? So put my gloves here, all right? It doesn't matter which way you put them, all right? So I always like to have it where this person is in the same stance as me, all right? So have it where this foot is a little bit farther back than this one, all right? I'm actually gonna slide them like right here, so you'll get a little bit more of this angle here, all right? So to be right here. Now what I'm doing is taking this angle here, stepping, creating this angle. I wanna be on the outside of this person's leg here, all right? Putting my weight here, stepping, and I'm gonna chop down and then come back stance. All right, the target that I'm aiming for is gonna be the thigh area, right? The inner part of the thigh, right? Or the outer part of the thigh. I would say about 2 to 3 fingers above the kneecap. I want to be hitting this muscle right here, all right? Just really just taxing that, okay? So stepping, rotating, boom, and then coming back to stance here, back to my march. So step, rotate, boom, and then come back, all right? Keep my eyes on the target each and every time, okay? So now let's go over the inside low kick, right? We're throwing an inside low kick. We're still changing that level, right? So we're still here, but now I'm gonna do is switch my feet. I'm gonna take my lead side leg and take a small step back. Make sure it's still lining up with that glove here. Taking my right leg or my dominant leg, and I'm gonna take a step forward, creating an angle here. Mine will be towards that 2 o'clock here. So I'll be stepping here. Now it's gonna be putting my weight here. It's starting to open my chest up. As I do this, I want to think about turning my torso, hitting this kick, boom, and then pulling my leg back down. Now I'm just gonna slide this leg back, slide this leg forward, and I'm back in my stance here. So one more time. When I switch, I'm gonna go here. This leg goes back first, right? Not this one. If I step this leg here first, look, I pretty much am about to run into the glove here. So I wanna make sure when I switch, it's this leg first. 1, 2, all right? So that keeps me in the same exact position, all right? If I step forward the other leg, I step too close, all right? So I hit the kick, boom, and then come back to stance. Same side hand is going more across here. Like your shoulder still should be protecting your chin. I like to drop my hand here, but I would say go here, all right? So when I switch, I'm going here, 1, 2, throw the kick, boom, and then come back to stance. Let's switch again, boom, come back to stance, all right? So when we go that low kick out the backside, step, hit the low kick, then come back to stance. Here, inside, boom, come back to stance here. Keeping those knees nice and bent and try to rotate on that foot as much as you can, okay? The next one is gonna be that round kick, all right? So this one's a little bit more challenging, okay? So we're throwing this round kick. The area we'll be aiming for is the rib area, okay? So we think about is coming at this angle here, making sure we're making contact with our shin. Not our foot, not our instep, our shin, okay? So you should be hitting with the center part of your shin each and every time. So it's the same concept when I was stepping out for that low kick. It's still the same exact thing. But instead of changing my level here, I'm just gonna be here going up at this angle here. So I'll just draw a line. I like to say, imagine that if you had a sword here and you're trying to unsheath it, you'd be going this angle here. boom. All right, so that's the line that I want to be going. All right, when I'm throwing this kick, I want to make sure that my knee is guiding. All right, so my knee is guiding here, boom, and then coming back. All right, if you notice on that first one, I kind of like let my leg go and it kind of flicked. So make sure that we're not flicking the leg. All right, it's all one piece. So I'm here, boom, boom, and then I come back to stance here. So I'm stepping, getting on the outside of this glove here, stepping, open that hip, putting my weight here, starting to rotate, same side hand, drop down, and then I come back to stance here. I step, rotate, boom, and then come back to stance here. Pretty simple, okay? Let's go ahead and go to the other side. Let's go ahead and hit the switch now, all right? So when we hit that switch, go here, 1, and I'm go here, 2, stepping out, creating that angle here towards that 2 o'clock angle, okay? So be kicking on the other side of part of the ribs here, kick, boom, and then come back to stance here. So I switch, 1, 2, throw the kick, come back to stance. When we're switching, make sure that we're not hopping, okay? We're just staying here, staying low, 1, 2, and I'm creating this angle like I'm about to run in this direction here, all right? So I switch, 1, 2, throw the kick, and then come back to stance, right? If you notice, I pulled this leg back here first, okay? Instead of dropping it in the front, right? Because that's gonna get me off balance, right? So I switch, 1, 2, throw the kick, boom, boom, back to my stance here. One more time, I switch, boom, come back to stance, right? Same side hands protecting the face, other hand is dropping down, all right? So those are pretty much our kicks. They're pretty simple, all right? Just you gotta rep those out. If you have a bag or whatever, or something like that, use that and just make sure that we're making contact with our shin. We wanna make sure that our hips are going from side to side. So whatever, if I'm kicking my right leg, my hips need to go this way at this angle here. If I go to the left, if I'm kicking my left leg, I need to be going here. So this leg needs to be, or this is this hip needs to be up higher, okay? With that being said, make sure that we're not leaning back too far, right? Engage that core, turning your whole body to that side, right? Because we wanna make sure we still have our balance up under us, all right? If we start to lean here, my weight and my head is going this way, all right? But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll be getting right back at you, all right? Cock on cop.